We are going to open a LynB Designs PR package tonight. This was sent to me by Jenna Lynn of LynB Designs to swatch and submit photos and all that jazz. As always, all of my thoughts here are my own. Get that out of the way now for YouTube. Hi, Naya. I am going to send this to our couple individual people as well as the broadcasting group. Y'all know the drill at this point. There we go. All right. I'm gonna give it a second, let a couple more people come in, and then we'll get into this package. It is a thick one. There are 12 polishes in here tonight. I'm very excited. As usual with LynB Designs, it is a mix of things. There are thermals and magnetics and glow-in-the-darks for sure, and I'm sure we have shimmers and crullies and all that. She always makes a little bit of something for everyone in her collection, so I'm excited to get into these and see what all is in here, as well as show them off to y'all. There are 2 collections in here. There is a 9-piece collection, the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection, and then Coco's Office Takeover Trio, which is a really fun grouping of polishes, which I have the info sheet in here. We can go over that whenever. Actually, I could just open it now and we can go over that. That's whenever, right? Coco's Office Takeover. Coco, aka Toot, is Jenna Lynn's 16-year-old kitty girl. She's also obsessed with her office and likes to beg to get in nearly every day. These polishes are some creations that she imagines Coco would make if she had thumbs. I love that. I'm very excited to see what these look like. I just saw one of the names, Scarf and Barfer. So yeah, very excited to see what that polish is going to look like. And I guess we're just going to go ahead and get into here. I do know that Wednesday nights can be very busy for some, so if anyone else pops in, that's great. And for those who watch the replay, leave me a comment either here or on YouTube, and we can chat about this collection or about nail polish in general, whatever you want. But we are going to go ahead and get into this because it's going to be a decently long live with 12 polishes here. So we're going to get into it. First thing I see is some flakies. Hello, Miss Sandy. Welcome, welcome. We are showing off LynB Designs polishes tonight. You're just in time. I'm opening the first one. Oh, also Maple is literally in the hallway right now, so she may come get those boxes quicker than normal. First, we have Green Beans in the passenger seat. It is a thermal. It is part of the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection. It's a gorgeous periwinkle-ish base, and then it has these beautiful blue-green shifty flakies, and it definitely has hollow flakes in here too. I'm going to grab my phone flashlight, which hopefully will stay with us. My phone charger on my nightstand is going out, and I ordered a new one that was supposed to be here today, and it's now delayed. And then while I was working at the basement, I was like, oh, I'll plug it in the one down here, and that one apparently is bad. So we'll see how long I have my phone flash, and I guess I'll grab a normal flashlight when we get there. You can see those little hollow sparkles in there. Naya says, so pretty. It really, really is. I feel like it's leaning a little bit more purple in person than what the front camera is showing, so hopefully the back camera will do that properly. We have next, ooh, a shifty red pink, perhaps. Let's get in our box. I am using a cuticle tool to open boxes because your nails are not tools, and I try very hard to remember that. Hi, Laura. You have missed one polish. This is what I have opened so far. It is Green Beans in the passenger seat. Hello, Buttercream Calf. Welcome, welcome. Next is My Heart is a Gallstone, which is a very pretty red burgundy even, and it has a gorgeous shift to it. I'm gonna grab the flashlight to see if we can show that shift better. So it looks like we're in orange to red to magenta maybe. It's really, really pretty. I bet this is going to be stunning matte. This is another one from the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection, which my info sheet does tell me what song and band and or artist that the songs are from. Now, again, we're going to pronounce things wrong here, and I may or may not know some of these, so bear with me. Next, we have I'll take my whisk and leave. It's a really pretty shifty green. I feel like it might have a blue base. These are always so hard to tell in the bottle with that super shift. Welcome in, Allie. But it does have a beautiful shift. It's definitely green to orange to gold in here. I'll grab that flash so we can see it a little bit more. You can just see how beautiful that shifts. Maple, you all right there? Yo, that dog makes some noises sometimes. She is the daily, we have to check to make sure she's still alive. Super shifty. I'm very excited to see what base color this is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be a blue, but I'm not positive. So I feel like I'm very far from the camera, like arm-wise. Like my arms are, oh, you know what? Like my arms are so, that sounds stupid. Hi, Becky, to just say my arms are sore because I'm holding a polish up to y'all. But I did just like clean a bunch of controllers and consoles and things like that. And like, you got to really scrub in there. So my arms are sore from that, not from holding polishes up. Ooh, I see reflective. This is, I'm working late because I'm a pinworm. It is a reflective. It's a very pretty. It's super icy. It's got a blue to aqua shift in there and then tons and tons of reflective glitters. This is super pretty. Hi, Manicure Jocelyn. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to grab that flash. First of all, let's look at that shift. We're definitely blue to aqua. There might be a little purple in there at the extreme edges. And then look at the sparkle in there. It makes me think of Cinderella's glass slipper. Just all that sparkle. Yes, Laura said, did Maple come in for her boxes? I'm surprised she hasn't actually, because she literally, well, I just heard her go down the hall, but she was in the hallway right by my door. We have like a runner in the hallway, and she was sitting on that, eating her feet, and yeah, I thought she'd come right in, and she didn't, and I just heard her go down the hall. I think she went to her, we have a bubble tea squishmallow, like a giant one that they use as a bed, and that is like, we call that Life. Bubble tea is Life. She lives there. Or a spider bed. Actually, there's probably 4 beds in the living room and all of them are Life. Anyway, she probably went down the hall to a bed. Hi, oh, we did this last time. Mimi, the Manny Slayer, welcome in. Okay, this is a glow in the dark. Okay, I was gonna say this has settled, but it's a glow in the dark, so that makes sense. So we'll mix it up a little bit. I've also had this package for a very long time. When did I get this, y'all? September 11th is when this package was shipped. Like I said, Jenna Lynn is on the ball. She sends stuff super early, which I appreciate. It makes it way easier for me to balance when to do these and have time and all that stuff, and to plan at least. I know that this has to be done, so they do tend to settle a little bit, but glow in the darks already settle in general. This one's quite settled. I'm gonna try and do the magnet mixing ball. But if not, I may throw this one on the vortex mixer just because of how much it has settled. But also, can we talk about this color? Like, yes. Okay, I'm very excited to see it mixed in. I'm going to get it all mixed up. If you've never done this, you've never seen me do this, I literally just put the magnet against it until it grabs the mixing ball. You can see it's already got some lines here. And then I just mix until it all mixes together. So we're going to do that for just a second to get it a little less separated than what it is. I do like to, because it's a magnetic, or not a magnetic, because it's a glow in the dark and that pigment settles a lot, I like to flip it over and really get the mixing ball to the edge to try and get that glow in the dark pigment to move up and around so it's not sitting there. Sorry if that sound is annoying to anyone. I know it's a little like gritty, but it's what we do. All right. There we go. It's a little bit better. Whoop, that happened. The amount of times I do that, y'all. Okay, so this one is, did I even read the name yet? Your Own Personal Cheeses. It is a very interesting base. I was going to say odd base. It makes me think of like a sepia toned, you know, the old like sepia brownish tone photographs. It's got some very, very glowy purple pigment in here. I can't tell you if that base is green or yellow or brown. It's definitely on the Prugley spectrum. I'm kind of into it. I'm excited to see it on the swatch wheel because like I'm just not sure. I really like the purple against the green, brown, grungy base. It is also a glow in the dark, so I'm excited to see what color this glows. But I mean, look at it glow on its own already, y'all. Super pretty. I'm excited to see this out of the bottle. Laura says, I think I'm going to love this one. I think so too. That does feel like a very Laura polish. Ooh, I see gold. I think it's gold. It's a metallic of some form. I'm going to trip over those boxes when I get done. This is There Were Clowns in My Coffee. It is a magnetic. This looks like it might have a purpley pink base, like that neutral purpley base. I don't know if that makes sense. I've seen them in polishes. I've swatch polishes with that base, and then it has a like goldish magnetic, a gold green. Okay, I'm gonna grab the magnet. We're gonna see what this pulls, because right now my mind can't figure it out. Of course, there's a mixing ball on that side. Let's move to this side. Oh yeah, we have a mixing ball there too. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna play well in the bottle. It's definitely a gold magnet. And then I feel like it's got some green shit. Y'all, this is an enigma. This is so strange. I cannot even tell you. Can I magnet it this way for myself to see? Definitely a gold greenish magnet line. And I can't tell you what base this is. I really cannot tell in this bottle. So it's going to be exciting to see that one out too. All right, so it feels like we're halfway through the package. This one looks like a purple, perhaps, of some form. Let's see. How is everyone's night? How's your week been? It's hump day. We're halfway through that Monday through Friday lull. I hope everyone's had a good week. This has got what it takes to make the Muffin Man leave his home. And this is a very pretty purple with this golden copper shimmer to it. I was double checking it wasn't a magnet. It's not. It's very glowy. Makes me think like sunset-y vibes. Very pretty. What's next? I see blue. Like the little windows. You just get a little hint before you get it open. This one is a queen on her pillow. This is part of the Coco's Takeover trio. This one is a magnetic as well. It's a very pretty frosty blue. And then it does have a larger particle shimmer. It's got some pink, maybe yellow in there. And then let's see. Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, that line glows. So that frosty blue, that is the magnetic. And then it looks like we have a purple flaky base. Okay. I did not expect that pigment to be so strong. Wow. All right. Very excited to see that one on a swatch kit. Laura, my week has been boring so far, but I'm looking forward to Christmas shopping tomorrow. Girl, you are so ahead of the game. I have bought 4 Christmas presents just because I have seen them, and some of our people are really hard to buy for, so if I find something, I'm gonna snatch it up, especially if it's on sale, which everything I bought has been on clearance. But yeah, I'm not even thinking Christmas yet. I'm still thinking Halloween. And y'all, I got a new inflatable yesterday and I'm so excited to put it up. As soon as it's up, I will post pictures because it's gonna blow your minds. Like, I walked in, I was like, there's one spot in my yard, just one little like empty-ish spot. And I'm like, I just want to find one small inflatable to put there. And we went and had lunch with my in-laws yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I wonder what Menards has. Let's just go eyeball Menards. And we walked in and I instantly saw this and I was like, I want it. But it was expensive. But it was on sale. And then Kevin said, you should get it. And I was like, no, I shouldn't get it. And he's like, well, I'm leaving it up to you. And then next thing I know, it was in my cart. So, but it was too windy yesterday to put it up. It was like absurdly windy, and I was like, this is gonna be a hot air balloon and we're gonna fly off. So we didn't do it yesterday, and then today we've been working in offices and stuff, and it's still a little bit windy. So tomorrow, fingers crossed, tomorrow we're gonna get up and I will post pictures as soon as we do, because it's gonna be so cool, and I don't really want to spoil what it is just because I'm so excited for it. So stay tuned for that. Laura says Menards has some really cool Halloween stuff this year. They do. They have some really cool Christmas stuff too, which I've been avoiding Christmas. Again, I'm a big fan of Halloween first, then we hit Thanksgiving, and then we hit Christmas. But there was so much Christmas stuff right next to Halloween stuff. So we did wander through that, and they have some really cool trees. They have really cool, like, climbing characters for the trees. There was a skiing thing where, like, these little skiers climbed up a hill, and then they went down it, and the, like, slope circled the tree, and then they did it again. That was super cool. Laura said, I already have some I buy through the year, mostly for looking for decor. Okay, fair. Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta get out my stuff, figure out what fits in this house, what doesn't. If I need more, don't need more. It's gonna be a thing this year. Hi, berries and cream. There we go. Welcome in. Okay, next, because I got off topic and distracted again. We have Love Me a Spring. This is a glow in the dark. This is also part of the Coco's Takeover trio, which I went over that in the beginning of the video, but when we get into these, I will go over what those are again. Laura says, I love Halloween, but Maisie insisted on putting stuff up at the beginning of September, and I'm kind of over it. That's how I feel about Christmas. Like, especially all these places who do Christmas before, well, now before Halloween, but everyone does Christmas so early that by the time Christmas gets here, I'm just done. I'm burnt out. So I'm trying to avoid that, and I'm trying to do the same thing with Halloween. We've been so busy that thankfully I haven't really done anything Halloween yet. We've had our witches night out, which was last weekend, and then Friday I get to go on my niece's pumpkin patch field trip, and then they do trick-or-treating on Main Street, and it's this huge thing. It's at night, which a lot of places don't do it at night. All the business hand out candy. They do like free hot dogs all night and Coco, and they have like actors play Spider-Man and stuff to take pictures. It's a blast. We always dress up with the kids too, so I will be doing that on Friday. I'm very, very excited. But okay, back to this gorgeousness, y'all. I don't think you're going to be able to see on the front camera all that well. It is a white Crowley base loaded with rainbow glitters, and then it has this gorgeous gold orange shimmer to it. This is like everything you could put in a bottle. Like, everything is in here. It's just so pretty. This is definitely a me polish. Like, people joke about blood type glitter and things like that. That's me. My favorite color is if you take every glitter and mix it together, and then it's just multicolored glitter. Like, that's what I want. I'm going to grab the flash because this also has hollow in it. Laura says, oh, that sounds so fun. We don't have anything like that here. So our town, we do like trick-or-treat on Main Street, but it's usually like a Saturday during the day, and it's fine. It's cute. I don't think it's quite as busy as the one we go to. My sister's town they just do events big. Their Main Street has like a cool fountain in it and a trolley. So they do like a Christmas cookie walk, and they have gingerbread houses in each storefront. And there's a chili cook-off, which was actually while we were doing our Witches Night Out thing, so we missed that one. But they just do tons of festivals and events and things all year downtown, and it's a blast. So it's one of the things I always look forward to, and when we found out it was the same day as the pumpkin patch field trip, I was like, done. Just the whole day. We'll just do the whole day with the girls. So, ooh, we have a pink. This is Scarf and Barfer, which was the one I saw in the paper and was very intrigued by the name. This is, again, part of the Coco's Takeover collection. This is a really pretty peachy pink packed with shimmer and flakies. Laura says, can you send me the town she lives in? I want to move there. It's Belleville, Illinois. And yeah, it's cool. I did live there. I lived there for 2 years in middle school. I am from a more rural area as a kid. And when I moved there, it's a city, it's a town. And compared to where I was from, it was a little bit too city for me. So I moved back to rural Missouri. But I do like going and visiting up there. So, and it is not a bad town. My sister has lived there since we were kids. She absolutely loves it. To the point where like the amount of times we're like, you should move here. And she's like, but I really like the town. So she hasn't moved closer to family, but it is a nice town. I just prefer a little more country. This is a really pretty peach color though. Also, the fact that this is called Scarf and Barfer, and I'm sorry, but if anyone's had a cat, this color definitely rings some bells. Yeah. We've got 2 more in the package here. I see another really pretty pink. This is Kumquats are juicy and not furry. It is a thermal. It's a super pretty pink. I feel like, okay, so this is a darker pink where this is a lighter peach. If you can see them against each other, I feel like they kind of looked the same, but they're definitely different colors. This one has a bunch of iridescent flakes. This one has some red, I think it's red metallic shards, as well as a large particle shimmer. It doesn't really have those big flakies that are in the other one. Do you see that shimmer though? That's really pretty. And then of course this is a thermal, so we'll find out in a minute what color it is supposed to shift to. This is very pretty. I'm thinking it's going to end up being maybe like a clear, just because it's so light already, but we'll find out together. And then last, but certainly not least, I think we have a blue. Maybe. I think there's 2 thermals in here, and we haven't. Oh, okay. So the very first one, y'all, I don't know that my brain noticed it was a thermal. Green beans in the passenger seat, that one is a thermal as well. The very first one we showed, which is this beautiful blue periwinkle with all these flakies and hollow, that's a thermal too. I knew there was 2 thermals, but I just missed it. Hi, Canadian nail fanatic. Welcome in. All right, last, certainly not least, we have Lovin', Touchin', Squeezing Some Butter. Hi, Lindsay. And this is a very pretty, again, I'm going with periwinkle for that description. It's a light purpley blue. It's got a gorgeous aqua teal gold shimmer, and then it's got, I believe it's got some hollow in there. Maybe. It looks like a little hollow microflakes, perhaps. And then there's that beautiful shift. Very pretty. Okay, so all 12 are now open. We are going to, obviously we're going to swatch these. The other night I did a live that had multiple brands, and I'm still trying to figure out how I want to like do those as far as swatching and finishing coats and all that stuff. But I did do, like I did all the magnetics at once, and I finished those coats because then things sat and then I could move things out of my way. And I kind of liked that. I liked that I fully finished those magnetics and then I moved them. So then I didn't have to have like the glamour gear back and forth, then keep moving stuff, high slopes. So I think I'm going to do that tonight. I think I'm going to do the magnetics first and second coats because we can let things dry and move to the next one and then go back and look at it and blah, blah, blah. So I think I'm going to do the magnetics first. And then I'll probably just do the thermals so that they can set and fully dry so we can dip at the end. And then I'll do the rest. I don't know if that's really the best way. I don't really know if that's how y'all will enjoy it or not, or if you prefer I just go through 1 through 12 and then 1 through 12 second coats and then show them off. But I'm thinking doing the magnetics at least all at one time is just going to make it a lot easier for me to move things around on my desk without knocking everything over. So that's what I'm thinking is going to be easiest for me. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the magnetics to the side and I'll put everything in order because it makes it easier for reading and such. And we'll get into it. Hi, Frida. Welcome in. So I believe we had 2 magnetics. Your reflective, thermal. There we go. Okay, so I have 2 magnetics. So we're going to do those first. There's 1 from each collection. So we have 9 polishes tonight from the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection. And then we have 3 polishes in the Coco's Office Takeover trio, which the description for that one, because y'all, this cracks me up. Jenna Lynn says, Coco, aka Toot, is my 16-year-old kitty girl. She's also obsessed with my office and likes to beg to get in nearly every day. These are some creations I imagine she would make if she had thumbs. So I'm very excited for that. I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we have a magnetic in each of these. So I'm going to do the magnetics first, then we'll go to other things. But I'm going to get y'all flipped around, and we will get into this. Maybe my buttons will work. Okay, I'm going to scoot you down so I can see what the heck I'm doing. All right. I always think I get this in a good spot, and then I always cut the darn thing off. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out for a second. So anyone who wants to screenshot our info sheet. So everything I'm going to show you tonight releases on November 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern on LynB.store. That is her website name. I know it's a little bit different, but that's why I always try to write it down. I always link it to you when I can. So at 12 p.m. Eastern, if you join the LynB Loves Facebook group, she does open it early and let everyone know in there that it is open. So if you want early access, go join that. We have the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection, which is 9 polishes. You can get them for $13 each or $117 for the set. And then, of course, Coco's Office Takeover Trio, which is 3 polishes for $13 each, $39 for the set. You can use the code Misheard, half off, the 7th through the 11th. So definitely make sure you screenshot this so you have all that information plus that code, because you definitely want to save that 50% on your polishes. It works on most things in the store, minus charity things and some scented stuff, and I'm not entirely sure of anything else, but it does work on most things. It will work on the things I am showing tonight. Okay, that being said, I'm going to scoot stuff around so we can get into this. I'm going to get my, totally just smudged out with my finger. Y'all can't see, but I can. Hi, Hoopty, welcome in. All right, here is, and now I have marker all over my finger. Cool beans. Here is our glamour gear. This is what we're going to use for our magnetics. Like I said, I really liked the other night that I was able to finish the magnets and just get the gear out of the way and not have to deal with it anymore. So we're going to do the magnetics in full 2 coats at the beginning here just to do them and get done with them. I do have a handful of swatch sticks over next to me. We're going to be doing these on clear individual swatch sticks. Y'all know the drill. Well, let's get into it. I'm gonna grab, honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna grab. Let's do the A Queen on Her Pillow. Oh, I just realized I'm not zoomed in. Hold on. That will make that not be quite as blurry. Okay, so we have A Queen on Her Pillow, which is the magnetic from Coco's Takeover Trio. This one is a deep blue base with a velvety blue magnetic pull and scattered purple to pink shifting shimmer. This is the one that really shocked me. Where's my magnet? When I stuck my magnet on it earlier, because this just changes so much and that magnetic just glows on there. Look at how bright that magnetic line is. It's super pretty. I bet this is going to be stunning velvet and glass bead. Let's get it on our swatch stick here. Again, this is part of the Coco's Office Takeover Trio, which are $13 each, or you can get the trio for $39. Here we go with our first coat. I just realized I didn't turn on my purifier. We'll do that in a second. Really quickly on magnetized. Ooh, look at that shimmer in there. All right, I'm gonna get it down on the bar and ooh, okay. We're gonna zoom in even more so you can see that magnetic line. It's so crisp. Yes, okay. We're gonna do a second one to velvet it. Also, how's everyone's comments? Are comments cooperating for y'all tonight? I know Instagram's making some changes again. I saw today that people can now see how many likes and saves and such on your posts across platforms. So you'll see what it's like here and on Facebook as a combined number or something like that. So yay for things we didn't ask for. All right, there is our first coat. We're going to let that set there of A Queen on Her Pillow. And then we're going to grab our other magnetic, which is from the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection. Everything in that collection is going to be $13 each, or you can buy the full 9-piece for $117. This is There Were Clowns in My Coffee. It is a warm brown base with gold, I lost my spot, sorry, with golden magnetic pull and gold to green to blue shifting shimmer. It is based on You're So Vain by Carly Simon. Yeah. Sorry, y'all, I'm going to mispronounce stuff. It's just going to happen, especially if I don't know the band or the song. But Laura says, I can see them tonight, but I was proactive and did the swipe trick when I came in. Ooh, yes, that is a great trick. So if anyone else is having trouble with comments, you can leave the room and come back, and that fixes it sometimes. Or you can swipe left or right. I don't ever remember which way it is. And it'll take you to another live or story, and then you swipe back in here, and that tends to bring them back as well. I don't know why we're having the issues, but welcome to Instagram. Okay, here it is. really quick. I just realized I didn't show the bottle magnetized. Let me get that one down there. And we'll do that really quick while that sets. Okay. Just realized I didn't show it in the bottle. Sometimes y'all know it's not easy to get to show because that air bubble, and I feel like this one's not cooperating. It's definitely a golden line. And then you have that green blue pigment too. It's kind of hard to see in the bottle, so hopefully we can get it to show well enough on our swatches. Going in with our first coat for the velvet. I'm very happy with the opacity level of these considering it's one coat. There it is, really quick unmagnetized. Putting it down in the velvet zone. And then we're going to circle back and show off a queen on her pillow, which is our gorgeous blue. Look at the opacity of that. Like, that could be a one coater. If you really wanted to, that could definitely be a one coater. Also, I currently have LynB Designs. I just forgot the name of it. This is their HHC listing for November. Scaled back. That's what it's called. That's what I have on right now, which is this gorgeous pink with the blue shimmer, and it glows in the dark. It's so, so fun. But let's go back to a queen and her pillow. So there's one coat with that beautiful line in it. Again, definitely opaque. You could get by with one coat, which is great for a magnetic. Beautiful. Let's show off the velvet. Ooh. Okay. Big fan of it, velvet. We've got that gorgeous magnetic all piled at the front. And then the back end, the base, without all that pigment, has that gorgeous blue base and then the pink purple shimmer in it, just that sparkle. This is gonna be really, really pretty as a glass bead. And we have polish all over me. It is an official live. All right, I'm gonna grab our bottle and we're gonna do a second coat, and then we'll pick up that other magnet and look at it in its first coat. I just feel like this was a little bit better use of time the other day when we did magnetics all at the same time. So that's what we're doing tonight. We'll see if everybody likes it or if it works well or whatnot, but I personally think it's gonna help where I don't have to move the gear and the swatch sticks and everything back and forth 7 times, and I think it's gonna be a little less complicated for me, which I will take. All right, here she is really quick again, unmagnetized. And then down into that velvet zone. Ugh, I can't get over that line. It's so bright. All right, so that was our laying down of our second coat of a queen on her pillow from the Coco's Takeover trio. Now we're gonna do our second coat. Actually, we're not gonna do second coats. We're gonna look at There Were Clowns in My Coffee. All right, here's our first coat. I can see in real life that line. It's like right here. I can see it a little more in real life. I do think this one started to set when I showed it to you unmagnetized already. But the second coat should re-wet that and we should be able to see it better. But it's definitely more of a subtle. Opacity wise, it's pretty opaque in one coat though. The description for this one again is a warm brown base with golden magnetic pull and a gold to green to blue shifting shimmer. So it does have a lot of gold in there. It's also a very like brassy antique gold. It's kind of vintage vibes. Here it is velvet, which I always feel like the second coat just really does more on a velvet than the first. Same here. I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement on that first coat. But we will do a second and definitely see what happens. Let's go ahead and do our second coats. Oh, I totally just stuck that in there. All right. Going into the second coat of There Were Clowns in My Coffee. All right. You can see it there. I think because it has that gold green pigment, the shimmer, excuse me, the gold to green shimmer as well as the gold line, I think it doesn't stand out quite as much. I do think the second coat you can see it better already, but yeah, I don't think it's not quite as contrasting, so it kind of blends in just a little bit more, than a typical magnet does. All right, let's let that one set now. And we will go back and look at our queen and her pillow. I'm sorry, queen on her pillow. Here is our second coat. And that magnetic line is so bright and crisp on there. It almost glows, super opaque in two. Like you could have gotten by with one, but two just added more depth to it. You can see the pink purple shimmer in the background even more here with the second coat. It's very, very pretty. And then the velvet swatch, which is even pulled even more on that second coat per usual. It's very, like, it makes me think of ice. Like it's just frosted with that magnetic line, and then you get that super deep blue base. Sandy says that's pretty. It really, really is. Big fan of this one. I'm excited to see it with the glass bead effect, which I am still obsessed with. I know it's been going around for a little bit now. I know some people are getting tired of it and magnetics in general, but I'm not there yet. I still enjoy doing it. I think it's fun. It's a very cool effect. And this is beautiful. I will do label shots of these in just a second, but because we have to zoom in and out, we'll do that after we look at our second coats here of There Were Clowns in My Coffee. Laura says, can't wait to see the glass bead on that one. Yes, the queen on her pillow will be gorgeous in glass bead, I'm sure. All right, here is our second coat of Clowns in My Coffee, which you can see that line way more on the second coat. But because it's a gold line with a gold green shimmer in here, it's not as contrasting as a lot of magnetics, so it's a little more subtle, but it is there and it is very pretty. And I kind of like playing with the line. I feel like this could be a distracting polish just because you got to keep moving your hand to see it move. You can see that green blue really pull from the side in that shimmer. Sandy says, love magnetics. Me too. They're so fun. I just love the movement of them. It's very like magical to have a polish that just does this. All right, and here is our velvet, which does show more on the second coat. In this particular case, I like the bar magnet better. I think you just see the magnet better. It's more prominent in a line form than in the velvet. Laura says, me 3. Yay, she loves magnetics too. Laura does some beautiful magnetic swatches, so if y'all are not following her yet, you so should, especially all you magnetic lovers. She has perfected the glass bead method, and it's stunning. All right, I just keep wiggling around and playing with it now, so all right. That's what she said. Okay, let me zoom out, and we will do label shots. If I cannot stick them together, please don't stick together, please don't stick together. Okay, so here is our 2 coats of a queen on her pillow. You've got your velvet swatch on top and your bar on bottom. I always feel like the velvet just doesn't... Okay, there we go. Like, I always have trouble getting it just in the label shot. Like, it just doesn't pull the same. All right. I'm actually just going to put that off to the side so it's out of the way since we have finished it. And then here is... Oh, I stuck them together, y'all. It's because I didn't say anything about not sticking this time. All right. Here is our 2 coats of There Were Clowns in My Coffee. You have the... trying to get a good angle on it. There's not a good angle for this one. You have your velvet on top and your bar on the bottom. slippery. All right, so that's the two magnetics of tonight's live. I'm going to set this whole thing over here off to the side so that I don't knock into it and we don't have to deal with them anymore tonight. Maybe. Hello. I am putting the back on my Glamour gear just so that they can continue to be fully set before I put them away. I never know why I feel the need to do this because, like, I never pull them back out and I don't know what I'm doing with them. I'm probably just going to send them to Laura so she can do arts and crafts with them. All right. I feel like, again, let's go ahead and do... I guess we're just going to go down the list. I kind of wanted to do the thermals so they could be fully set, but we've never had a problem with them not being fully set. So I think at this point, I'm just going to go down the list with what we have. So here is our swatch wheel, and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna do the last two of the Coco's Office Takeover trio first, starting with Love Me a Spring. Soon as I find it. That is definitely not it. There she is. I'm like, am I blind? Okay. This is Love Me a Spring. It is a glow in the dark, which I'm super excited for. Again, this trio is $13 each or $39 for all three. This one is described as a rainbow-eyed holographic glitters. Okay, that's a typo. A rainbow of holographic glitters in a sheer shifting shimmer base with pink glow in the dark. I am obsessed with this. I love this. I think this is such a fun polish. It has all the colors in it. It has all the glitters. I see square glitters. I don't know where Jen is, but she's missing the square glitters. And of course that beautiful shimmer in there, which is it just says a shifting shimmer base. I see pink and orange and maybe red in there too. And then of course all of these gorgeous holographic glitters, and it is glow in the dark. Pink. It's a pink glow in the dark. I'm going to grab that flash so we can show the hollow off on this. And of course, we'll show the glow in the dark aspect at the end of the live because we have to turn off all the lights. Hello, Mr. Waffles. I'm surprised he's in here. I heard Kevin in the kitchen. All right, this is beautiful. I am going to really quickly grab my magnet and just give this a little stir again because these have been sitting on my shelf since the beginning of September, which means that glow pigment has definitely settled. I don't know if you can see that I have a hold of the mixing ball, but I do. There you go. You can see the line. So again, this is what I do for my glow-in-the-dark pigments. Glow-in-the-dark pigment is just naturally slightly heavier, so it wants to settle. So I just like to mix it up. I do like to flip it over and really get up there in that edge, that bottom little dimple there as much as I can and pull it down. All right, just that way it gives your glow-in-the-darks a more fighting chance to actually glow properly if you get that pigment back where it goes. Let's go in with our first coat of Love Me a Spring. Very pretty. Now I am curious, you know what, I don't usually do, I'll have to grab another swatch stick whenever we go into our thermals, but it says that it is a sheer shifting shimmer base. So I'm actually really curious to see what this looks like on a clear swatch stick instead of the white opaque one, because I thought this was going to be a white crelly, but it says it's a sheer shifting shimmer. So I kind of want to show you what that base is going to look like. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like in two coats, it's going to be almost opaque white. Like, it's definitely going to hide a nail line into, so I'm not worried about that. Hi, LaSalle. Welcome in. It's very pretty, very shimmery. You can see all those gorgeous glitters and all the different shapes. We'll look at it on the opaque swatch wheel as well. Let me grab that flashlight. But because it says it's a sheer shimmer, I just really wanted to see what that looked like on a clear stick instead of the white swatch wheel. Ooh, it's so glowy. And then you got them gorgeous hollow rainbows just twinkling in there. This is a super fun polish. I love this polish personally. I know a lot of people do not enjoy glitter the way I do. But here it is on that opaque swatch wheel. Again, I just felt like the white, because it's supposed to be a shimmer clear base, was affecting it. Obviously, you could put this over tons of colors. I bet this would be stunning over black with that shimmer, that orange gold shimmer. That's going to glow over black, but here it is in one coat on the swatch wheel. And again, going in with the flashlight to show off the hollow. That shimmer just turns into flames. It's like lava glowing. I love this polish. This polish is so fun. It makes me think of the circus and just rainbows. Ooh, I have a rainbow bright plate. That would be so fun on top of this. I love this. Love, love, love it. Laura says, all these makers out here trying to convince me I like chunky glitters. Jen, you see, y'all, we do summon her. We do summon her when we say it. We got square glitters, Jen. We got square glitters. Laura, chunky glitters are gorgeous. Put on a peel-off base coat so it comes off easier. Put on a layer of glitter grabber on top of it, and then your favorite shiny top coat, and you are good to go. I have never been afraid of glitters, and I will not be afraid of glitters. The only time that I don't love glitters is on my toes, because it is a pain to get off, but I just do cotton balls and clippies and soak them, so it's even not that hard then. But yes, Jen, look, we got square glitters. We got square glitters, Jen. I'm so excited. Yay, Jen said square glitters. Woo! Okay, so that was our first coat of Love Me a Spring from the Coco's Takeover Trio. Scoot some stuff down here. I do have to I gotta remember to grab another swatch stick, because I wasn't planning on putting that on its own swatch stick, but I just felt like we needed to see what color it was on its own. All right, so the second polish of Coco's Office Takeover is Scarf and Barfer, which I'm still obsessed with that name. Hello, Nails by J. Simone. Oh boy, hold on. Handles throw me off. Simone, welcome in, Simone. All right, we have Scarf and Barfer, which is the third polish in the Coco's Takeover Trio, which anyone new here, this is based on Jenna Lynn's cat, Coco, aka Toot, who is always trying to get in her office, and these are imagined on what the cat would make if she had thumbs. This one is a muted peach base filled with purple to pink shifting flakies and a scattered green to blue shifting flakies. So it has all the flakes. They got some big chunky flakes in there. You know I love it. Look at that, y'all. I want that on my nail. Ooh, and that one. I love some big flakes. I love irregular sized and shaped flakies, so I am obsessed. Sandy says, glitters are bad for acrylics. LOL, love them, but don't like the work to take it off. All right, fair enough. Laura says, give me that exact shimmer base with black and hollow flakes. Put in a request. You know some makers. All right, let's get a coat of Scarf and Barfer. Again, if you've had a cat, you definitely get these vibes. Let's get it on our swatch wheel, though. First coat. We got some of them bigger flakes, which makes me real happy. I was kind of wondering what this would look like with my skin tone, because I do have a slightly warmer peachy tone to especially my hands personally. I'm a fairly like pale-ish person, but I do tend to be a little warmer tone, so I wondered, but I don't hate this. Like, I don't hate this. I do think if you have a darker skin tone, this is gonna be gorgeous. Like, it's just gonna pop. And then those beautiful flakies. Hello, Melissa. Hoop says, I'm living for that polish name. You know, I've seen your beautiful cats. You know. Melissa, hi. I actually got a notification this time. Hope I'm not too late though. You're not super late. We have shown 2 magnetics, which I did do full coats already, so I can go back and show those at the end. I'll just grab those swatch sticks to show. But the other night we did magnetics at the same time and finished them, which was really nice to just have them and then have them out of the way for the evening. And then we've shown off this beautiful clear based shimmer with all these gorgeous glitters in it. This is called Love Me a Spring. Also, this is LynB Designs. I should say that. And then we just did one coat of Scarf and Barfer, which is a beautiful peachy muted base with all these stunning flakies in it. So pretty. So that was one coat. of Scarf and Barfer. And my thing won't do what I need it to. All right, so that was the trio, which again, the trio is 3 polishes for $13 each or $39 for the set. Also, make sure you use that Misheard code, the 7th through 11th launch weekend, for half off. Melissa says, ooh, pretty. Also, I am still narrating comments because Instagram's been a pain with comments. If you do not see comments, 2 easy fixes are to come out and come back in, excuse me, or to swipe to another story or reel, or not story or reel, another story or a live and then swipe back. That seems to be a good fix too. So far, I haven't seen anyone having trouble with comments, but I do know Instagram's been struggling with that lately. All right, so, excuse me. Now we're going to go into the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection. This name, I can't. I have to find it first. Somewhere. Did I? Okay, y'all, my brain. I do not see this polish, which doesn't make any sense because I read its name earlier. And it wasn't one we already did. Oh, okay. It rolled under my polish. It rolled under my paper. I was like, I know it exists. We read it earlier. All right. This one is Got What It Takes to Make the Muffin Man Leave His Home. It is based off of When the Levee Breaks by Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. This one is described as a deep plum base with copper to gold shifting shimmer. It is super, super pretty. It gives me very much sunset vibes. Hi, Nerida. Welcome in. Yeah, I get sunset vibes from this. It's so glowy. Let's get our first coat on here. The Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection is 9 polishes. They are $13 each or $117 for the full 9-piece set. Again, that Misheard code will get you half off release weekend. This is so pretty. Oh, we haven't talked opacity. Okay, this one is a clear base, so we're not talking that opacity. This one definitely needs a second coat. I don't think it'll have problems in 2. Hey, Jess. And this one as well, I think needs a second coat, but I also think it's just going to deepen on that second coat. But let's talk about this beautiful shimmer. It's so glowy on here. Definitely see the copper and the gold in there, no questions. Also, Jess, I just saw your sunset profile picture, and I said this looks like a sunset, and I stand by it. It has that beautiful glow to it. It's just that line right at dusk. Very, very pretty. So that was our first coat of Got What It Takes to Make the Muffin Man Leave His Home. I'm obsessed with that name. Kath, I'm assuming is that what your government name is? Yes, Kath says that is stunning, and I completely agree with you. I think that is so, so pretty. Next we're going into I'm working late because I'm a pinworm. And there are so many words on these stickers, y'all. It's making my ADD struggle to find stuff. Nerida, what's the name of the collection we're looking at? Okay, we are looking at 2 collections tonight. We are here. Here we go. For those late, here's our info sheet tonight. So everything I'm showing launches November 7th, 12 p.m. Eastern on LynBdesigns.store. That is her website thing. I always link it in my posts as well. We have the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection, 9-piece collection, and then we have Coco's Office Takeover Trio, which is 3 polishes based off of Jenna Lynn's cat, Coco, aka Toot, and polishes she might create if she had funds to do so. So we have already shown off a few things. We've done 2 coats of each magnetic already, which I can bring those back in and show off towards the end when we just do a quick recap. And then we've done single coats of 3, and we're on this one, which is I'm working late because I'm a pinworm, and it is based on the song Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. It is a buildable light blue base with green to blue shifting shimmer and silver reflective glitter. This is so pretty. You don't have to work to see that shimmer. It glows against this polish. And then of course you can already see all the beautiful reflective glitter in there. If I grab my flashlight, we will show that off. Yes, look at the sparkles. And then that shimmer, look at that right there. Ugh, if that ain't a money shot, y'all. This is going to be gorgeous. Of course, it is a reflective, which means it's going to dry down textured. You're going to want a layer of your favorite glitter smoother before you go in with LynB Designs Be Quick Glossy. That's the word I want. Glossy top coat. All right, here is, I'm working late because I'm a pinworm. Very pretty. It does say it is a buildable blue base, so we're definitely going to do 2 coats, and then we may do a tip in 3 just to see if it really needs it. It has a gorgeous shimmer that you can see right off the bat. No questions to that shimmer being lost. And then you can, of course, see the reflective glitters already starting to sparkle in there. Oh, I'm very excited for the second coat. I think that shimmer is just going to be way more intense on the second coat. Here it is with Flash. Sandy says, ooh, stunning. Yes, it is. And this is so sheer on the first coat. I think you could use this as a topper. Like 100% you could throw this over bases and have that sparkle with that beautiful shimmer. Like, again, I mentioned over black earlier with the super glitter, the Love Me a Spring. I think this would be stunning over black too. I don't personally typically wear black that often. I don't wear a lot of dark colors on my clothing wise or my nails personally. But I do think this would be really pretty over black. I think that blue green shimmer would just glow on there even more. So there's 1 coat of I'm working late because I'm a pinworm. Next, we're going into one of our thermals, which is green beans in the passenger seat. That is this flaky beauty here. So again, we said green beans in the passenger seat, which is based on Casual by Chapel Rowan. Jen says, personally, I do not like plain white or black nails. Same. But even like black with glitters and shimmers and black nail art, if I do it for pictures and then like it's off that night or the next day. Like I just don't love darker colors on me. It's just not my favorite thing. Hi, Be a Lemon. Buy a Lemon. Bianca, welcome. I love your cute, is it a cute snoozy puppy for your profile picture? All right, look at these beautiful flakies. Okay, what is their description for this one? The description is a dark blue to purple to green thermal base with gold to green shifting flakies and added hollow micro sheds. So right now we are dark blue, and it's going to go, we're dark blue to purple to green thermal base. All right, so I think we're like a blurple, and then it's going to go green when it's hot. So we'll dip in water at the end because y'all, I did it mid live the other day and it was so messy. So water is definitely at the end of the live, but we're going to do this one on its own swatch stick so we can do the dippy dippies a lot easier at the end of the live. Here's our first coat. Oh yeah, we are definitely a blurple and it has so many flakies. Get that flake. Okay, you're just, oh, it's a chunky boy. Okay, hold on. I don't want to remove you, but like, I want you to sit flatter. Okay, it has so many flakies in here, y'all. Look how pretty that is. Jen says, is it a trithermal? It could be. Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of brands would label trithermal. But I read you the description exactly as it is to me. Dark blue to purple to green thermal base. So it could be a tri. We will find out together at the end. I will try, and I'll try dipping half of it in the cold. I don't really know how to show a trithermal on a live, honestly, but we'll all find out together what colors this may end up. It has so many flakies. Now, obviously, opacity level, we're going to want a second coat for sure. And then you can see those hollow flakies. Actually, I'm sorry, they're hollow micro shreds in there too. I feel like I zoomed out, so we're not. Nope, too much. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we can focus. Instagram's in-app camera sucks, y'all. Okay, here it is with the flash. Oh, man. To show off those hollow micro shreds even more. You just have these really pretty sparkly rainbows in there. And then, of course, those flakes just shift already. Beautiful. So yeah, at the end we will do the dips because water in the middle of the lot, it's just too much of a mess. It really is. It got my background all wet the other night. It splashed onto our info sheet, made a mess, and yeah. So at the end we'll do the dips for thermals. This is green beans in the passenger seat. That was 1 coat of that. Ooh, dropping stuff. Okay, next up is your own personal cheeses. There it is. Ooh, okay, this is the one that we are like, I'm not sure what color the base is going to be, but it's so ugly and so pretty at the same time. Welcome in, Crystal. All right, your own personal cheeses is based on Personal Jesus from, oh, y'all, I knew I was going to run into a problem. Depeche Mode. Depeche. Thanks, Kevin. I knew I was going to run into one. Knew I was going to run into something I couldn't pronounce. This is, LynB release. Yes, ma'am. We have 2 collections. We have the Misheard Lyrics Part 3, which is 9 pieces, and the Coco's Office Takeover, which is 3 pieces. There's all your info stuff there. You know how it works, Crystal. All right, full description for this one is warm mustard base with blue to indigo shifting shimmer and light yellow glow in the dark. I love this polish. It is very much in the Prugly zone. People are either going to love this or they're going to absolutely hate it. I love it. I love that purple glow in there against that ugly mustard base. Very excited to see this one glow in the dark. I also just had it in my head that I probably should label our glow in the darks. So I remember where I have Sharpies. Hello. There. Okay. So when I go to show them in the dark, this one is a glow, and then the one we're going to do right now is going to be a glow. Okay, so when I go to show them in the dark, maybe I'll remember who was who. Although now I just realized I did them in black, so maybe not. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. All right, when I do my names, I do actually put a little glow-in-the-dark label there too, so just how I use my stuffs. Yes, I love this. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people out there who do not. And this, for some reason, I'm seeing like desert vibes. Like I have this plate that's cowboys riding dinosaurs, and I want to put them on top of this color. This is definitely in my wheelhouse. I know Laura said she thought she was going to love this one. I bet she does. There she is. She sent an, ooh, yes, it's so pretty. Opacity level's not bad in 1. I think we'll be fine in 2. That purple shimmer just glows on top of there on its own. And then that mustard base. It's really pretty. It is definitely in the Prugly category though. So 100% you're going to love this one or you're going to hate this one. Kat says, I'm needing it. Yes, she is on Team Prugly. Welcome to the group. I love this. This is so pretty. I love how smooth it put on as well. Like, I felt like I played with that one a little bit and there's no streaks. It's very, like, warm, too. Yeah. I'm a big fan of this one. I'm very excited to see the second coat. And for the glow-in-the-dark, too, because this has was it a white glow-in-the-dark? No, it's a yellow glow-in-the-dark on this one. So that was 1 coat of your own personal cheeses. I love the name. I also really love cheese, y'all. So, like, this polish is it's just me. It's all wrapped up in one. All right, next we have I'll Take My Whisk and Leave, which is this shifty beauty. It is based on, where did it just go? Too Sweet by Hosier, which is a muted gray blue base with red to orange to gold shifting shimmer. I thought it was going to be a blue base. I really couldn't tell. You can kind of see here when the air bubble moves in there. I think that's our base color. This is going to be super pretty, and it's so shifty. Oh, okay, let's get it out of the bottle. This is definitely one of those that you don't really know what it's going to look like until it is swatched. Jen said, did you ever get the pumpkin spice crunch cake recipe I posted? I don't think I did. Honestly, I'm pretty sure my ADD forgot about that right after the live. I apologize that I didn't, but yeah, I am pretty sure I forgot about it after that live. I am not lying, y'all, when I tell you I have no brain. Yeah, see, this is definitely, okay, hold on. Let me close this polish before I dump it upside down. This is very much, you gotta see this one out of the bottle, because I would never guess that base color with that shimmer. Jen says, I'll send it to you personally. Bless you, Jen. Thank you. Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to remember. Or if my phone reminds me, which is, I know a lot of people hate that, like, there's, you know, Big Brother's listening to everything, but I'll get a reminder, you know, I'll get a sweatshirt that's like, ooh, look at this sweatshirt. I'm like, oh, I wanted that. And I just appreciate my phone listens and reminds me of all the things I forget every day. It is an ADD person's best friend, in my opinion, or this ADD person's best friend. This shimmer, though, is gorgeous on here. It's very, like, I don't know. I keep wanting to go sunset vibes. Maybe it's sunrise, that blue base. Wait, where did Jess's profile picture go? Jess, where'd it go? Okay, so not quite. She's got sunset. Maybe this is a sunrise with the blue skies and then the beautiful orange golden shimmer there. It's very pretty. I definitely think this is going to get deep on that second coat. Like, I think that gray base is going to have even more depth when we do our second coat, but it is stunning. And it definitely needs a second coat for sure. Crystal says, pretty. I agree with you. I think it's so pretty. That shimmer is just stunning. It gives me like unicorn vibes. That pale blue with the rainbow on there, and then the way my arch light's doing it, it makes me think of a unicorn horn. That could also just be my brain. But that was one coat of I'll Take My Whisk and Leave. Next, we're going to go into our second thermal. So give me 2 seconds to grab another swatch stick because I didn't plan on using the other one. All right, swatch stick acquired. This is Kumquats Are Juicy and Not Furry. That name's going to make me chuckle every time I say it. This one is based off of Wolf Totem by The Who. The H-U. Y'all, I'm showing how lame I am. This is a peach to white thermal filled with orange and red micro flakies, which I thought that this was going to go to clear, but it is white. So I'm very excited to see this. I love the beautiful shreds in here. Is orange and red micro flakes. But I feel like, okay, peach to white thermal filled with orange and red micro flakes. And then I definitely feel like I see some iridescent flakes. Like there's our red micro flakes. And then you have that shifty micro flakes. I also feel like perhaps there's some hollow in here, y'all. I'm gonna grab my flash. I feel like there's some hollow shreds in here too. Oh yeah, there's definitely some hollow micro shreds in there too. You can see those little sparkles. This is really pretty. I actually personally love this color, and I love the way the red shreds just kind of add a little extra pop to it. Excited to see this one shift as a thermal. Let's get one coat on our swatch stick here. I also always love the consistency of Jenna LynB's thermals. Like, they're thick, but they're creamy. They just apply very nicely. We definitely want a second coat here, but they apply really, really well. It's like if she took just a cream and turned it into a Corelli thermal. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just a different formula than I see from a lot of makers, and I really like it. It goes on so smooth. You can see those flakies and the shreds just kind of dance in there. I feel like we kind of got zoomed out again. Nope. Too zoom. Okay. There we go. I'm telling y'all, in-app camera sucks. This way. For some reason, if I'm not zoomed in just a little bit, it doesn't want to focus. All right, I'm going to grab that flashlight because despite the description not saying it, I see hollow. Jen, we had this talk the other day. Do you see the hollow? I feel like I see hollow micro shreds in there. Am I crazy, y'all? I mean, I am crazy, but like, do you see them too right now, or am I crazy in this aspect as well? Either way, that is one coat of Kumquats Are Juicy and Not Furry. Jen says, I see hollow. Okay, all right. So Jen has confirmed that we might both just be crazy, but it's very pretty. I set it down even, and I'm just like, I keep looking at it, and it looks creamy and dreamy, and I'm getting like strawberry shortcake vibes and like strawberry ice cream. Oh, okay. Big fan. Clearly, I'm also hungry. Always hungry when we do our lives. That's just what happens here. Next is Lovin' Touchin' Squeezin' Some Butter. There we are. I wasn't kidding. It's Lovin' Touchin' Squeezin' Some Butter. And apparently, some reason I set off my Siri. I don't know how that happened. This one is based off of Lovin' Touchin' Squeezin' by Journey. It is a violet base filled with peach to green to blue shifting microflakes and scattered hollow sparkle. It's a very, very shifty polish, super glowy. You can see that peach head on, and then you get the green blue shift to it. And then if we grab that flash, we can show off the hollow sparkle too. It's so pretty. Bianca says, ooh, I love this one. I do too. So shifty right there. And then the hollow sparkle just adds this like magical dust to it almost. Let's get a coat on here. Also, I love the name. I love that it says butter. Y'all, I say on the daily, I am made out of cheese, bread, and butter. I have a butter beach towel. Like, it literally just looks like a stick of butter. I think there's a butter sweatshirt on my Amazon wish list that I really want, but I have not brought myself to buy, and I keep putting it on my wish list in hopes that one of my relatives will send it for Christmas. Like, my mom always says, put stuff on your wish list, and I keep secretly hoping she's gonna buy me that sweatshirt. Isn't this so pretty? Like the micro glitter shimmer. What's the actual term here? Shifting micro flakies. They're just so like magical. It looks like fairy dust. It's scattered. Of course, we definitely need a second coat. This is magical to me. If you ask what a fairy's wings looked like, this is what I would describe. So shifty. And then of course it has that hollow in it. So again, if we grab our flash, there is the hollow sparkle in there too. Ooh, sorry, I got distracted. Look at the shimmer in that one. It glows. Okay, back to the sparkle. Gorgeous. Very excited for the next coat of that because that base is just going to have way more depth and like juiciness to it. So that was our first coat, 11 Touchin' Squeezin' Some Butter. And then last but not least, we have My Heart is a Gallstone, based off of Ghost Town by Adam Lambert. This is a dark magenta base with pink to orange shifting shimmer. It's very shifty. Let's get it on our swatch wheel here. It is a very magenta base. No questions about that one at all. And you can see that shimmer shift. Oh, we have more polish. Y'all, I'm a mess in it. This is marker. That's not polish. We touched that. I had lotion on my hands. And these are like wet erase and they stay on pretty good. But I have noticed if I have lotion or cuticle oil, the like greasiness of it, I guess. I mean, it's not greasy, but y'all know what I mean. The moisturizing aspect is just enough to wet it that it smudges it. Which is what happened earlier. All right, back to this. Again, welcome to ADD. Laura, I need this purely based on the fact I had my gallbladder removed. All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's a very pretty color. And the name of My Heart is a Gallstone. It's hilarious. It's gorgeous. It's very opaque. Like, I feel like you could get by with one coat on this one if you wanted. Also, I just realized I got that peach thermal on here and it has already turned white. I kept wondering what was on my finger. That's our white thermal, so it does in fact turn white. This is really pretty and it is smooth, very opaque. Hi, Susie. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is pretty and I can bet this will be gorgeous matte. Like, this is going to look like satin matte. Beautiful. So that was one coat of My Heart is a Gallstone. There's a, I wonder, there was a cat hair under my label. I wonder if that's one of Coco's cat hairs. All right, we're going to circle back and do second coats now. We're going back to the Coco's Office Takeover Trio, which is 3 polishes, 13 each, or $39 for this set. Again, everything I'm showing you, I'll zoom out really quick again, is coming out November 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern on LynBdesigns.store. That's her website. And we are showing off the Coco's Office Trio first here, or the second coats anyways. If you use that code Misheard, you'll get half off the release weekend, which is the 7th through 11th. All right, zooming back in so it'll focus properly. And we're going to do our second coat of Love Me a Spring. This one was our rainbow of holographic glitters in a sheer shifting shimmer base with pink glow in the dark. We'll show the glow in the dark off at the very end when we can turn off all of our lights. I'm going to do a second coat on our swatch wheel as well as that clear stick just so we can see the buildability of it here. It being a clear base, I wanted to see what it would look like not on an opaque swatch wheel. I personally absolutely love this polish. I think it is so fun. Let me not stick my hand in the other ones. Jen says I love this one a lot. Me too. I think we're very much on the same wavelength, Jen. Like, I love this. It's got our square glitters in it. It has a rainbow of glitters. It's so fun. It's just a confetti gun. I can't really tell you the opacity level because we're on that opaque wheel, but I will do it again on the clear swatch stick. Here, though, is on the opaque swatch wheel here. I'm going to grab the flashlight just to, okay, I was like, I got to turn it on, just to show off the hollow in there. Jen says, yes, polish-wise, for sure. Yes. This is so fun. I love this polish. I know it's not going to be everyone's love. I know some people don't love a glitter polish. I love a chunky glitter polish. I will always use, well, I already always use a peel-off base coat, but I will gladly put on a peel-off base coat to be able to use a chunky glitter and then throw my favorite glitter grabber on top before going in with LynB Designs Be It Quick top coat. I just realized I didn't do the clear swatch stick. I'm not used to doing that. All right, so this was one coat of it. Love Me a Spring on a clear swatch stick. Let's go in with our second coat. Just again, I want to see buildability because it says it's a clear base. Yeah, it's definitely still, it's still pretty sheer, so you're going to have a visible nail line in 2 coats on this one. The shimmer does help hide it a little bit here. I'm going to go over this darker. It's not bad though. I won't lie. It's pretty good in 2. You definitely could be opaque in 3 if you really wanted to. I kind of personally like the sheer vibes of this. I think it's very fun and playful. I'm a big fan. Let me get you guys a label shot. Can I have never done a swatch wheel and a swatch stick at the same time, and I don't think I can. Like it just isn't gonna line up right. Okay, maybe if I do. Okay, kind of. Here is Love Me a Spring from Coco's Takeover Trio. You've got 2 coats on a clear swatch stick, 2 coats on an opaque swatch stick. Jen says, I like a visible nail line sometimes. Me too. I like this polish a lot. I think it's so fun. I just realized I'm not centered. I apologize. Of course, this one also glows in the dark, so we'll show that off at the very end. Someone yell at me if I start to forget, but I like me to glow in the dark, so I probably won't forget. All right, so that was our 2 coats of Love Me a Spring. And then the next polish in the trio is Scarf and Barfer, which is our muted peach base filled with purple to pink shifting flakies and scattered green to blue shifting flakies. It has all the flakies. It's got big ones in it. I love me a chunky flake. Very excited for those. We have done our first coat. It is definitely a little sheer on the first coat, but I think our second coat will fix that. I love the tone of this base. I was worried, honestly, with my skin tone, but I like it. It's creamy and warm. Again, I keep thinking about the name, and if you have a cat, and I use the words creamy and warm, and now it's kind of gross. But those flakies in there are beautiful, and they just shift every color. Susie says, makes a nice neutral. Yes, it does make a really nice neutral. And those flakes just kind of blend, but they still move a lot on that base color. It's very pretty. I had a large orange Maine Coon. And this keeps making me think of the color of his nose, which is this cute little peachy pink. All right, here is your label shot. 2 coats of Scarfin' Barfer. Susie, my cat barf look way worse than this. Maybe it depends on what we're feeding our cat. Also, it's been a little while since I've had a cat. It's very lovely. And then the third polish in the trio is the magnetic that we swatched earlier. So I'm going to grab it for those who missed us actually doing the live swatches. If you want to see the applications and the magnetization, I don't know if that's the right word, of that, it was at the beginning of the live. It just is easier to do the magnets and then move them out of my way personally. But it is, that's not the right one. Hold please. Hold on. Rewind. The third one in the Coco's Takeover trio is a Queen on Her Pillow, which is a deep blue base with velvety blue magnetic pull and scattered purple to pink shifting shimmer. And we have our bar magnet here first. It's very pretty. You can see those pink purple shimmer in the background and that beautiful blue line. And then our velvet, which is gorgeous. I'm a big fan of this one, velvet. And I will do label shots again for those who just came in. Also, this way it's in order. The trio is together. So here is your, there's the money shot. All right. We have Queen on Her Pillow. You have bar magnet on top and the velvet on bottom. I wish I could get them just a little bit closer there. There we go. Such a gorgeous blue. All right. And then we are going into our Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection. We've got What It Takes to Make the Muffin Man Leave His Home, which is this beauty. Again, it's based off of the When the Levee Breaks by Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. It's a deep plum base with copper to gold shifting shimmer. We're going to go in and do our second coat of it here. Maybe if I can find the right swatch to put on camera there. Yeah, I really like how that deepened that base. We went from like a lavender to a violet, and then it made that shimmer glow even more. I'm cool. I'm going to put it over this darker nail. I definitely think 2 coats is fine on this one. It's super pretty. And that glow just stands out on there. Susie says, gorgeous. It truly is. That shimmer really, like, it kind of kept the brush strokes, but I like that effect of it. It makes it look frosty that way. I bet this one's going to be stunning matte too. I love a good matte mani, which is why I always do matte swatches, because I know there's others out there like me. So I always do matte swatches so my matte lovers can also see what these polishes will look like. This is beautiful. Big fan of this one. That is Got What It Takes to Make the Muffin Man Leave His Home. Next up, we're going into I'm Working Late Because I'm a Pinworm, which is from Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. This one is a buildable light blue base with green to blue shifting shimmer and silver reflective glitters. This is one I feel like is going to be okay in 2, but I really think 3 is going to be better since it is a buildable base. But that green blue just glows off of there. This gives me like ghosty vibes. Ooh, Patronus. How they glow. I don't know if anybody... I'm sure some of y'all know what I'm talking about. This is super pretty. Again, you know what? Let's go over Frank here. You know what? It's not bad in 2. It's really not. I feel like 3 may be better if you have a strong visible nail line. When I do swatches, I'll let you know if I end up doing 2 or 3, but it's not as bad in 2, but part of that's the opaque swatch wheel, so I'm not entirely sure. I will definitely post on my swatches what I end up doing, as I always do. There's always a disclaimer, just like right now there's a disclaimer that I have a Gel X on my thumb because I had a break last week. So mad. Everything was finally all back to normal, and then I broke my thumb. Or thumbnail. Not my actual thumb. It still works. We're good. All right, let me show off the reflective glitter in here with that flash. Super sparkly. Just gorgeous. And then that green shimmer glows even more through here. Love it. Get you a label shot. That is 2 coats of I'm working late because I'm a pinworm. Next, we're going into our thermal. Scoot you out of the way. This one is green beans in the passenger seat. Personal Jesus from... Oh, Kevin had to tell me earlier. Def Schmode, thank you. I love that he's right down the hall. This one is a... What did I do? Oh, I lied. That's not what this one... What is happening? What is happening? Okay. Totally messed things up. It's not that song. That's wrong. Okay. Let's rewind, pretend we didn't just say that, and maybe I can say that band's name properly in a second. Green Beans in the Passenger Seat is based on the song Casual by Chapel Rowan, and it is a dark blue to purple to green thermal base with gold to green shifting flakes and added hollow micro shreds. All right, now that we had that goof, here's our first coat. Let's go in with the second coat here on our individual swatch stick. We will dip these in hot water at the end. We are still not sure if this is going to be a trithermal based on the description. Ooh, look at that big chunky flake, y'all. Yes. Okay. Yeah, based on the description of it being a dark blue to purple to green thermal base, there's the potential this could be a trithermal, or it could just mean that it's a blue purpley-ish to green. So we'll all find that out together. I've never done a trithermal on a live. I'm not really even sure how I would make that be, but we're gonna find out together. So here is our second coat, though. I definitely feel like we're opaque in 2. Those flakies do a lot of work for you. And then you're already seeing the hollow sparkle of those hollow micro shreds. Well, let's grab the flash and put it on there. Beautiful. I'll do a label shot after we do our dips, so you can get that transition color. Look at that big old flaky there. I'm obsessed. Love this one too. So that was our second coat of green beans in the passenger seat. Now we're going into the song that is based on Personal Jesus by Def Schmode. Y'all, I can't say it. It is, this is Your Own Personal Cheeses, which is a warm mustard base with blue to indigo shifting shimmer and light yellow glow in the dark. We'll also do the glow in the darks at the end where we can turn off the lights. This is another Purugly, or not another, this is the Purugly, y'all. My brain. Maybe I've smelled too much nail polish tonight. Here is a Purugly for sure, which I have already seen. We have so many Purugly lovers in the chat. I love that. Here is our second coat. That made that purple, indigo, blue indigo base, that shimmer just really build up in there. Jen says, Depeche Mode. Thank you. Okay, I think the problem is it's not, it doesn't have, okay, you put a space for me, Jen, and it's not spaced, which makes me want to say it as one word of Depeche, which I can't, you can't say it that way. It won't work. So it is Depeche Mode. Thank you. I always appreciate everyone helping me with my crappy pronunciations. Susie says, I do love that. I do too. I think it's beautiful. I feel like the opacity is pretty good in 2. You could build 3 if you really wanted to. Personally, I probably will only do 2. I'm also lazy. So there's that. It is one word, 2 syllables. Okay. Yeah. Reading it is a lot different than saying it, I guess. And my brain just wants to like smush it together. Very pretty. Very excited to see this glow. It is supposed to have a yellow glow to it. So we'll do that at the end. I will give you a label shot now for it. Here is 2 coats of your own personal cheeses. Susie says phonics are great. Y'all see, I can't even say that right now. I always appreciate everyone who helps me with my pronunciations and gives me phonetic spellings because that saves the day so much. Beautiful. Going into, ooh, I bumped y'all. So sorry. We have our magnetic next, which is the one I accidentally tried to grab earlier. Our next one is There Were Clowns in My Coffee, which is based off of You're So Vain by Carly Simon. This one is a warm brown base with golden magnetic pull and gold to green to blue shifting shimmer. We already did this one at the beginning. Like I said, here is 2 coats with the bar magnet. You can see it in the middle because it is a gold magnetic and then it has that gold green shimmer. It's not as strong as a contrasting magnet. It is very pretty in there though, and you can see it. It's just not super in your face. It blends a little. It's very pretty. I don't wear a whole lot of gold. Personally, it's just not my favorite thing. But this is really pretty. It's got more of like an antique kind of vibe to that gold. There's our bar magnet. I'm going to grab the velvet. I do think this one is better, and I totally smushed it earlier doing label shots, so ignore it. That's a me problem. I think this one's better in a bar magnet than the velvet, just because I feel like you can see the contrasting line just a little bit more. It's still pretty. I do wonder what the glass bead is going to look like with this. Susie, I never realized that Misheard lyrics is in fact names of misheard song lyrics. Oh my God. Yes, yes it is. Look, we're all educating each other tonight. Yes. So the entire misheard lyrics collections, this is part 3, y'all, is... Well, okay, so these ones seem to be... Well, they're not names. Okay, hold on. We have names of the songs, but the misheard lyrics are, in fact, misheard lyrics in the song. So like we did Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, which is I'm working late because I'm a pinworm. And it's actually I'm working late because I'm a singer. That one I know is the actual line. I have Juicebox Hero, right? This is really pretty. I'm going to get you guys a label shot wherever I put the polish just now. Okay. Here is 2 coats of There Were Clowns in My Coffee, and this one is even harder to get a good label shot because I can't, that angle is just not good. You've got velvet on top and bar on bottom, but it just doesn't want to play well on the camera here. Very pretty. Again, golds are not super my thing, but it does have a vintage, like, 20s kind of vibe to it. Like a mid-century modern kind of, mid-century modern's not right. Art Deco, that's what I wanted. Art Deco kind of feel to that gold, like a patina-ish. Next we have I'll Take My Whisk and Leave, which is from the song Too Sweet by Hosier. This one is our muted gray base with red to orange to gold shifting shimmer. It's the one that we talked about. You would not guess this color based on the bottle. which is another reason I love doing these live swatches. Which, I mean, I guess with indies, you do see swatch photos. It's, you know, different than when you walk into the store and purchase a polish and you have no idea what it's going to look like outside of the bottle, which is why everyone swatched them on their nails and display stands and everything, because you just didn't know what you're going to get. Less effective indies because we see swatches ahead of time. But I do love doing these lives, so we both get that experience of here's the bottle and then wow, look how different it is on a swatch wheel. I do think 2 coats is going to be okay. I think 3 coats would be even more shifty, but I think we can get by with 2 unless you have a very strong visible nail line. Then you would probably want 3 or a blurring base coat. It did add a lot of depth and dimension on that second coat. You can see all those beautiful colors in that shimmer. Super, super shifty here. Let's get our label shot. That's 2 coats of I'll Take My Whisk and Leave. It's very shifty. Like whatever angle we put this at, you just get all that gorgeous shimmer. I feel like I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit here. So I just feel like, yes, look at it in low lighting. It's even better. Yeah, this one's super shifty. Gorgeous. Turn that back up. We're going to go into our thermal from this one, or second thermal of this one, which is Kumquats Are Juicy and Not Furry. It's from Wolf Totem from The Who? The HU? Y'all, I don't know. It's capital H, capital U. I'm horrible with names of people, of bands, of celebrities, of all of that. I probably know this song, but I'm just horrible about that part of it. So it is the HU. I don't know if it's the hue, I don't know, y'all. I'm sure somebody else does. So if you are watching the replay and you want to comment what it is and please teach me things, I am always ready to learn. Here's our second coat. Super, super opaque. Like it was close to opacity in one coat, honestly. It is a thick, juicy thermal here, which I just realized I didn't read the description. So we'll do that again here. It is a peach to white thermal filled with orange and red microflakes. And I think me and Jen decided it also has hollow micro flakes or shreds in there as well. I love these red microflakes. I think it's fun. It's a very sweet polish. I keep getting like Valentine's vibes from it. We will dip this in our hot water at the end. I am going to grab the flash because I still think there's some hollow in here. I'm not positive. If it ain't hollow, it's silver for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's hollow. Super pretty. Let me grab you. We're going to do label shot at the end when we do our dip, so we have a good transition shot for your label. But that was our second coat of Kumquats Are Juicy and Not Furry. Next up, we have Levin Touchin' Squeezin' Some Butter, which is based off of Levin Touchin' Squeezin' by Journey. It is a violet base filled with peach to green to blue shifting microflakes and scattered hollow sparkle. This one is so sparkle. Hi, Lacquer It Up. Welcome, welcome. We are showing some new things coming to LynB Designs website on November 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern. There are 2 collections here, a 9-piece Misheard Lyrics Part 3, which is what I am currently on. And then there is the Coco's Office Takeover Trio, which is 3 polishes. All polishes tonight are going to be $13 each. The Misheard Lyrics collection will be $117 for the full 9-piece set, and the Coco's Takeover is $39 for the set. You can use code Misheard for half off release weekend, so November 7th through 11th. Here is our second coat of Levin Touchin' Squeezin' Some Butter, and it is so sparkly. I'm good with the opacity in 2 coats. Personally, 3 coats could add more depth. I don't know that it's necessary, but it is so sparkly and super shifty. I still stand by the fact that it looks like fairy wings to me. I also feel like this could be another one that will look really nice in low lighting. So let's turn that down. And it does. It kind of adds more of a glowy, ethereal vibe to it. Beautiful. Turn that light back up. And I'll put the lid on the bottle and I can give y'all a label shot. All right, loving, touching, squeezing some butter in 2 coats. Last but certainly not least, we have My Heart is a Gallstone based on Ghost Town from Adam Lambert. It is a dark magenta base with pink to orange shifting shimmer. It is another super shifty one. It's a lovely rich base already. I feel like you could get by with 1 coat on this if you wanted to. But that second coat just added so much dimension to it. This is another one from the collection that I think is going to be gorgeous matte. I feel like it's going to look like satin when we matte it. Definitely opaque. It was opaque in 1. Like really truly was. 2 just made it even more rich. Susie says, love that. It's very pretty. Kind of vampy vibes there to it. Another one, I'm thinking Valentine's manis. It could be like a heartbreaker mani. You can see that beautiful shift there. The pink to orange in it. A gorgeous polish. Give you a label shot. My Heart is a Gallstone in 2 coats. There we go. Man, it keeps slipping off them little bumps on the bottom of the bottle. You get the vibes. All right. So that is our normal air quotes. Those are my air quotes there. Normal polishes in 2 coats. We are going to do our thermal dips, and then we'll show those 2 glow in the darks after we turn the lights down. So could use it for Christmas too. Yes, that's a good idea, Susie. That would be really pretty for Christmas too. Yeah, it's very pretty. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side so I don't stick my arm in it while we get our water. Hi, Sushi Lau. Welcome in. Long time no see. All right, I'm going to zoom out quite a bit, y'all. I'm actually going to come up a bit too so you can see the area. I've got to get our water. I've got just my little dishes as usual. I'm going to fill them with some hot and some cold water, and we will dip our thermals so you can see what they shift to. Left is going to get our, pretty sure this is the ice water. All the ice has already melted. That's weird. Especially since it's not particularly hot in here. Okay, well, still ice. Oh, you know what? I didn't put that much ice in it. My ice maker got turned off. That's what happened. It is still very cold water, though. And then this one, excuse me, is going to get our hot water, which should be quite hot still. Oh, if I can get the flask open. Oh, yes, definitely quite warm. All right. There is our waters for dipping here. We're going to do the green beans in the passenger seat first, which is this one. It is our potential trithermal. We are not sure. The description for it is a dark blue to purple. I know it doesn't want to focus, so it's because we're zoomed out. It is a dark blue to purple to green thermal base with gold to green shifting flakes and added hollow micro shreds. Again, I have no idea how to even tell if this is a trithermal. We're going to dip into the, I can't scoot this over any farther to the right. There's like, I have to prop my phone stand up on something to level it out or it leans. So there's a thing in the way, but the cold's over here. I'll do it where you can kind of see. I'm going to, ooh, okay. All right. So here's how we're going to know if it's trithermal, y'all. Wait, that was very weird. My angle made it look darker. Can you guys see how, yeah, do you see how it's doing that? How it looks lighter up here and then, okay, hold on. Let me, we're going to angle you a little bit here. Give me a second. Okay, can you see how the water is making that look darker? Like we look lighter up here and then darker down here. So I thought, okay, yeah, for sure trithermal. And then I pulled it out and it said, no, girl, you're just blue. I don't know. This camera is trying to make a liar out of me. All right, I'm going to turn you again so we're not crooked here. And we're going to zoom back out. All right, so there it is in cold. We are fully cold. Let's see what happens when we go into our hot. It is supposed to be either purple or green or I don't know. Oh, okay. We are definitely trithermal. Did y'all see that? Hold on. All right. I'm going to zoom you back in. Where'd Jen go? Jen called it. Okay. I'm going to dip a little bit farther than this half moon that I've already done, but I'm just going to do a quick, it changed too quickly. All right. We're going to go back into the cold. Hold, please. I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to see this. I'm going to go slow and see. I don't think you're just going to see the purple that I can see. This is so frustrating. Ooh, okay, wait. Certain angles, it's because the flakes are there. It is definitely blue to purple to green. And I can see it from my angle and I wish y'all could. Okay, maybe if I... Susie says she can see. All right, so again, we always establish that I am crazy. I'm going back into the cold over here. All right, we're fully cold. I've lifted the hot water up so we can see it maybe a little bit easier. You can see it. There you go. You can see it go to purple and then green. Y'all, my nails are so short right now. I hope I can get the trithermal to pick up in pictures. Also, it green. I'm not even going to lie. I'm obsessed with this green. Like, look at those flakies on there. Okay, Sushi says, I see it. Crystal says, I love this one. Sandy says, I can see it. Okay, sweet. Everyone can see what's happening. I'm going to cool it off again. I wish I could get a trithermal label shot for y'all, but I just don't know. Okay, all right, maybe. All right, I definitely have the blue to purple. Let me get that green. I'm just going to hold it in the tip for just a second for green. All right, really quickly, here is your trithermal. I think you can see all three colors. The flakes make it hard. Green beans in the passenger seat, 2 coats. I'm going to do one more attempt at a label trithermal shot for y'all. All right, go into the purple. And then in farther to the green. Okay. I think I did it. I think I achieved the try. I hope so. It's very fun. I don't own that many trithermals, honestly. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get it to do it for swatches. I hope I can. I really want to, but... Ah, there she is. Yes. So she says, perfect. So she says, it's gorgeous. And yep, yeah. I love this. Again, opacity level. Okay, so technically it would look like this. No, technically it would look like this. Me and thermals always get a little backwards for swatches here. All right, so technically you'd have your green hot and then your purple in your like warm state. And then, I'm sorry, hot, yes, warm. And then cold would be that deeper blue tip there. I hope I can get trithermal shots of this because it's very cool. I love the flakes in this. This is beautiful. We did a label shot already, so I'm going to put it down. I'm going to stop playing with it, even though it's very cool. Also, big kudos to Jen again for figuring out that that's going to be a trithermal. And then our second thermal from the collection, this is, again, part of the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection, is our kumquats are juicy, not furry. And I guess I should zoom y'all back out so you can kind of see both of water dishes here. This one was a peach to white thermal filled with orange and red micro flakes. So we're going to dip in the cold just to make sure it's nice and super cold. There it is. And then we're going to go over here into the hot. Now it is a white. It almost has a pink hue to it, but I think that's just because of the flakies and those red metallic flakes in there. Very pretty. Again, this is what she's going to look like on your hands. You're going to have the white area for your hot hand and then the peachy pink for your cold tip. We got water droplets that are cooling off. I'm going to dip it one more time so we can get a label shot here. Here is kumquats are juicy and not furry. I still love this name. This is cute. I don't own anything like this. I love a unique polish. Y'all know that for sure. Just for giggles, one more time. I love thermals. Thermals are pure magic. It is a science project on your nails. They're so fun. I'm getting my label all kinds of wet, y'all, but is what it is. And then we still have our glow in the darks to do. So those were our 2 thermals. And then we have 2 glow in the darks. I told y'all, Jenna Lynn makes her collections for everyone. There is always something in her collections for everyone. If you're not a flaky fan, that's not a big deal. If you're a cream fan, there's one in there for you. Although I said that, now there's no creams in here. But we got glow in the darks, we got magnetics, we got thermals, we got shimmers, we got flakies, we got shifties, we got glitter bombs. It is all here. There's a reflective too. We had the magnetics. I don't remember if I said that. There is a little bit of everything in this collection. Now we have our 2 glow in the darks. I'm going to go ahead and grab their bottles now. So we have Love Me a Spring from the Coco's Takeover trio. And then we have Your Own Personal Cheeses from the Misheard Lyrics Part 3 collection. I got to turn off a whole bunch of lights here, so bear with me. I'm going to start with the overhead because that's a button. Alexa, turn off office lights. I apologize if that just made anybody else's Alexas go off. I am going to pre-turn on the black light just so you're not completely pitch black here. Oop, knocking stuff over. All right, there is the arch light. And last but not least is our, oop, that's not the right button, is our ring light here. There we go. All right, so these are already glowing. And my light is way over to the side. So I don't even think it technically charged from them. I think it's charged from my arch light. I do want to put this over here and just see if anybody, sorry, those are previous glows and darks. I want to see if anybody glows under the black light. Not really. We don't really have any neons here. Okay, so this one is our trio. That's Love Me a Spring. Charge it with my little UV light for a second, and boom, look at that gorgeous pink glow. As if I didn't already love this polish. I love the glow. Yes. Okay, let me get that UV light out of the way. It's beautiful. Also, don't know if you can see that what I'm already wearing is a glow in the dark from LynB's. It is what's coming to HHC, which I don't know why that name's not sticking tonight, but all right. And then we also have our own personal cheeses, which was that mustardy with the purple shimmer, and you can see that beautiful purple shimmer. All right, we charged it up with that light, and it's a yellow glow in the dark. Very pretty. I do feel like the yellow is not coming across on camera quite as much as it is in real life. It definitely has a more vibrant glow to it than what this crappy Instagram in-app camera wants to do. It's kind of faded already on the camera. This is, we're back to the I Love Me a Spring. They definitely are still glowing more in person than what the camera shows. So I'm going to charge them one more time. We'll show them off one more time. I'll also, can't really do label shots because that would be weird. You wouldn't be able to read the label. Okay, here is a Love Me a Spring. That beautiful pink glow to it. And then one more time, we're going to charge up my own personal cheeses. Your own personal cheeses? Is it my or your? Your own personal cheeses. Okay. And there is that beautiful yellow glow. Love them for sure. They're so fun. I don't know if y'all saw there are two other glow in the darks on this swatch wheel. You have Thai tea and strawberry milk tea. These are from the Silly Little Drinks collection, which I believe are still on her website. So if you wanted to pick those up, there's that gorgeous glow on those two, just since we're here. Super fun. I love, love, love glow in the dark polish. Like I said, I am currently wearing her HHC offering for November, which is, that's not her bottle. The wrong bottle because I am scaled back. So this is scaled back. I do have some stamping on top of it, but it has a really pretty pinky white glow to it. So, all right, let's turn some lights back on. I'm going to start with the overhead because it's the least intense, though still intense. And then we'll turn on the arch lights. If I can turn off my UV light here. All right, Alexa, turn on office lights.
Okay.
All right, so that is everything tonight. You have all your normal stuff here. Let's see if I can leave it with your thing there. There are the 2 thermals here. Stay, maybe. And then, of course, we have our 2 magnets. I'm just going to grab the bar so that I don't have to try and fit everything on here. And I'll zoom you in just a little bit so you can see everything. So this is all of our swatches tonight. We start here and end here. And then you have your 2 thermals as well as your 2 magnetics. Here's all your date, pricing, info. Plus, again, don't forget to use that discount code of Misheard for half off. All right, flip you around. We'll chat for a second, and then I will let y'all go. Ooh, lots and lots of beautiful things coming out. If you watch this on the replay, leave me a comment. Let me know which ones are your favorite. There is a really good mix of stuff in this. I just realized I don't have that ring light on, and it does do a little bit. Yeah, there's a really good mix of stuff in here. Like I said, LynB's collections usually have something for everyone in them. Like, you may not love the whole collection, but I am sure there are probably 2, if not 3 or more polishes in this collection that you do love, which is kind of the nice thing. It also makes it that, like, when you can't buy the whole collection, picking and choosing can be a little bit easier. If you're not a magnetic fan, then you don't have to worry about those. If you're not a glitter fan, then obviously you're going to stay away from the big chunky glitter or the flakies or the reflectives, but it does give a little bit here and there for everyone, and I really like that aspect of it. There's a lot of thought put into that part of it, which I appreciate. I don't usually pick favorites, y'all, and there's so many good ones in here. I really do like the Your Own Personal Cheeses, the beautiful Pruggly, and the fact that it glows in the dark. I love that. I'm digging that tri-thermal, the flakies with all the colors in it. I really love the green that turns to as well. Yeah, and then of course I love the glitter. Y'all know I already love the glitter, so big fan of this whole collection. I know this was a long live. We were on here for almost 2 hours tonight, so super big kudos and thank yous to everyone who joined in, especially those who've been here since the beginning of the live tonight. And like I said, if you watch the replay, either here on Instagram or over on my YouTube, the handle is spelled exactly like it is spelled here. It's Simply Nailing It, simply with an E. Leave me a comment so we can chat. I do comment back on every comment. And yeah, I'd like to know your opinions, what your favorite finish of nail polish is. And I will see all of y'all in the next one. Bye!